All right. Oh, it's that time. It's that time.
And I like it.
And I like it.
I love that. I like it. We're going to see, though, if Will likes it. Will, you know, you are the contrarian. You are the troll. Look at how that Will. Yeah. Come up here to work your troll magic on people. Yes. Will,
how you doing?
Will, I'm good, man. Well, shit, how are you doing? Good. Will Valley, ladies and gentlemen. Will Valley, the man you love to hate. Because Will, let's just admit it, Will, you like to fuck with people.
I don't like to. I just happen to be really good at it.
And he's like,
I'm okay with it.
I'm just better than everybody else. That's all.
And I'm going to tell you why everything you like sucks.
Yeah, see, there it goes. In fact, I was telling people yesterday, you looked at me and you're like, you know, I'll go see it. I don't really have to see it, though. I'm not like everybody else rushing to see that bullshit Doctor Strange. And I'm like, damn, you're prejudiced with these movies sometimes.
I had a feeling going in it would be a certain way, and then I saw the movie, and it was a certain way.
That can mean anything.
Yeah, it can mean anything.
Yeah, and
with
you is some fucking with people shit. That's what it is. But everybody has seen Doctor Strange at this point. Are we cool, people? Can we actually talk about this in a spoilerific way? Because it's a whole week since this movie's been out. Actually, about a few days, not a full week yet. Just, enough time for you people to go see it. The movie damn near...
Not really, but okay.
The movie made damn near $100 million this weekend, so all of y'all saw it.
How did you become a doctor?
Study and practice. Here's the business.
Now, I've already done my review. These guys have done their review. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to go in and just regurgitate a bunch of praise that I had for the movie. But you know, because
I just saw it.
Because you're better than all these other, fools
so
out
much
here.
better. Because I get it.
You said I don't have to rush out and see this.
No, and I waited.
I'm not a sheep like you people out there. Do you feel like do you feel like most people out there? 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. And all that kind of stuff.
I think it's very, very okay. I mean, of course I'm going to come at it and I'm going to say, like, I'm sure a lot of people have, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but there's a little bit of Batman Begins, there's a little bit of The Matrix, and there's a little bit of, just the beginning was totally ripped. Felt like right out of Iron Man. And it made me wonder a little bit, is Marvel going to sort of try to slightly restart all of their franchises just a little bit? Is this their new Iron Man? And what frustrated me the most as I was watching this movie is I felt like, you know what? I've seen this. I've seen it so many times. And it made me kind of not want to watch superhero movies anymore. I think the biggest issue that a movie like this has, and why it worked in Iron Man over this, and even Batman Begins, is it really comes down to motive. And I didn't really get his motive. I mean, I get that he's headstrong.
Talking about the villain?
No, actually, I'm talking about Doctor Strange.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of was wondering, I mean, that he's egotistical, and, right in the beginning, he gets into this car accident, and it just honestly felt stupid. I felt like this guy's too smart to get in an accident like that, regardless of however his character is driven. And I thought that...
Really? You thought it was too stupid you thought it was stupid he got into a car accident?
A little bit. I think that I would have liked to have another 30 minutes with the character, knowing who he is and how he is, maybe seen him with a couple of other characters and other scenarios instead of being
I totally
a
agree with
doctor.
that.
Yeah.
I wanted more time with him.
I think that would have. I think it would have helped everything.
Yeah, that was one of Martin's things right there that he said.
And I also think, and motive is very important. You think of, what's that movie, Escape from Compton?
Straight out of Compton?
Straight out of Compton.
Is it Escape from L.A. or Straight Out of Compton?
For me, it's a straight Escape from Compton.
Do you? I was about to say, are you scared of black people that much? And when you saw that movie, like, I gotta get out of here, man.
To an edge of force. No, God, the black guy with magic.
Get him away.
Whatever.
What's that movie? Planet of the Apes.
But anyway, sorry. But that movie has such a fantastic drive, and where all of these characters are coming from and why they want to keep pushing. And I didn't feel that so much for this movie.
What I want to do is I want to go into some of the things I couldn't say and some of the things that I want to talk about is because look, first of all, I disagree with you highly on some things, and that
I didn't get my rating, but yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, I would give it a matinee. I think it is a matinee. I would not say it's like the full price. I would not say it's the greatest Marvel movie ever made. But if you were watching it because you want to figure out what's going to happen in the next Marvel movie and you're going to treat it like the serial that it is, then yeah, you should probably see it. And you'll be entertained by it.
Quick question. How did you see it? IMAX or...
I
regular
just saw a regular screening. I really wish, as I was watching it, I saw it in 3D because I think that really would have
Yeah.
enhanced a lot of the effects. I think that would have been really cool.
It does. I went and saw it at the IMAX, the Bullock Theater. There are big
Yeah.
professional
Yeah.
IMAX 3D. That probably made it a full price for me. I didn't give a rating for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What? Oh, did you? Yeah, you gave a.
I didn't see which one.
You,
I was
that's
so
right,
loud
you
in
did.
there.
That's right, you
He
did.
saw it on
But
his
you
own.
saw, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
I mean, it's not bad. It's a fun film.
Well, before I go into like real spoiler territory,
Yeah.
Some things that I would say that I think you're really holding hard against this movie is that you're saying it's like Iron Man and Batman Begins.
Okay.
And the reason why I think that's kind of you're being harsh in that area is because this is an origin movie. You know, origin movies. If anything can be said, origin movies they kind of follow the same pattern, especially with superheroes.
Okay.
You
Show
know,
a
and
guy
I-
at the top of his game, something bad happens, he has to grow back from it.
yeah, yeah,
And I
exactly.
feel like, okay, that's fine. But there are so many different templates they could have followed to show me the same story. They could have started it with him as Doctor Strange and then had flashbacks. They could have, well, I can't think of anything else
But then
right
you
now,
would have been like, all right, this is like Deadpool. Or this is like, what was this? There was another movie that did that, where they started as a superhero and then did flashbacks.
I think what really stuck out specifically about this was that this is like a guy who's at the top of his game, right? He's super rich and he's got like the fancy cars, and it just felt like the whole Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark thing kind of all over again.
Well, with that part you mentioned is more Tony Stark, and it probably makes you think of Batman Begins just because he goes to some place like Batman
yeah.
does, like
Oh,
Nepal.
yeah. Yeah.
But you know, comics-wise, Doctor Strange went there way before Bruce Wayne did in the in the.
I
movies.
understand that, but I still feel that there still needs to be another way to create a film that is not just regurgitating stuff that I've seen on film. Like, even though that's who the character is, you want to stay true to that, and that's fine. But you don't have to go through the same set piece designs and structure that I've seen before, especially when they're both in the same genre.
But what if that's part of the story? Like, I mean,
I
in the
think
comics,
it's
he
just-
goes to
A monastery.
a monastery and does this. I mean, they to stay really true to the comics, they got to do that. you know?
They should have had them pass each other. Man, you gotta check it out up there. It's the bomb.
They're teaching us to do ninja shit. Yo, we got magic over here, though.
Oh, I didn't see
You
that.
still dating that girl? I hope not. I fucked her too, man. you know, I,
Tilda Swinton.
One of the things that y'all brought up in your review and after seeing the movie and I haven't talked to y'all about it was that I really enjoyed that they didn't spend a lot of time with him just being a regular guy. It's like, all right, just get to the point. Like I feel like with Batman Begins and even Iron Man, they spent so much time when I was like, I know what this movie is and I know what I want to get to. So why are you taking so long to do it? And like you said, if this would have went on any longer, you would have been that more upset about it because it was copying a template that you didn't like,
yeah,
or that you liked but you've seen
Yeah.
multiple times.
let's to get into like some real talk of things that we can say now. I think we should get to the end because the end is the part of the movie that I didn't like. I thought the movie actually.
Wait, which part of the end?
The part where all of Tokyo does the mannequin challenge.
Well, there's the part where you have just a mannequin challenge all of Tokyo. You do have the part where you know what? They're blowing up near the end of the movie. It's no surprise to anybody. I mean, even if we were to say this in the review, it should be of no surprise to anyone that, of course, they're going to do the whole thing where they're blowing up a city. I mean,
Yeah.
they did the same thing that they do in every movie. They did, this is pretty
Fantastic
much,
Four.
this is with Marvel. My thing with Marvel is that in every movie they have a climax where they got to, blow up something big, and then with this. They blew up whole cities. They blew up, what was it, Tokyo here? No, it was in Hong Kong. I'm talking about Tokyo.
Okay.
They blew up Hong Kong. And the only reason why I let that slide is because, it's all done with all these great special effects and there's magic involved. And even though they destroyed everything, and that's the thing about Marvel is that people are saying, man, in almost every superhero movie, they're going in and they're blowing up big structures, big parts of a city, and nobody's accounting for the collateral damage, especially with humans. They recently have started to do that since critics have pointed it out, and they can do massive damage here. They can do massive loss of life because they can always rewind it back with magic. Now, for one thing, I think that's a very transparent cheat, but at the same time, it's kind of cool. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, they had a
man,
good setup
come on.
for it.
No, it was
They didn't
fun.
pull it out of their ass.
It's almost like they said, like, hey, watch Korey, because this is what he's expecting us to do. Now watch this shit. Look at his face. I told you.
And I was like that. See, I knew y'all go, oh, shit.
right.
They're reversing time.
I see you.
I see what you did. You rewinded that shit. Magic is involved, and that's why when they said that they're bringing in magic into the universe, okay, let's just cut it. Like, let's cut the bullshit. Like, yes, it's a new element and it does make things look cooler, but it also allows you to do a lot of things you were able to do before that people were getting kind of tired of, and you were able to like just introduce cool visuals and magic and get away with it now. The thing that really got me with the end, so for everybody who was watching the trailer and y'all saw, Mads Mikkelsen in this, and you soon learn that he's not.
He's the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, yeah. He's the guy that's just the opening act for the main bad guy.
Right.
Dormammu, whatever his name.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you don't know that. And I thought for a movie where you're supposed to have something that looks like a badass villain, something that is spending the majority of the movie talking about how they can do all this cool shit and how they're hey, you know what? You thought I was the big bad in the movie, but nah, you don't know who's coming. The real dude is coming now. And looking at that, I was expecting something a little bit bigger, more threatening, something that actually was going to live up to the hype, not brought in by the property, but by the bad guy himself. And what I felt like we got was just a shitty special effect.
Yeah.
It was a big. What was it? It was a big face.
Yeah.
It felt just like
In
that
the
a
sky.
Silver Surfer.
The Fantastic Four too.
Yeah.
The Silver Surfer.
Yeah, Dormammu is not. It's supposed to be this villain that can destroy the galaxies, just like Galactus.
Mhm.
And all it is, it looks like fireworks in the sky right here. It's and he only gets like 5 minutes.
Right.
And when for the resolve that they have here with this big villain, so that he doesn't destroy the Earth, you spend 5 minutes with this badass villain we're probably not going to even see again at some point. And the whole resolve with that is like, I'm just going to bother you. I'm just going to get on your nerves.
I'm going to annoy the hell out of you.
I like that. I don't know when anybody's done that before.
I was about to say I really enjoyed that part because I can't think of a superhero movie where they use their brain to solve the climax as opposed to just using brute strength.
Well, a character that powerful that they say who has the ability to destroy galaxies and has infinite knowledge, almost ultimate genius level.
He's not very creative.
No, not very creative at all. I just didn't get that.
When you're used to just swatting planets aside, you don't have to think about what you're going to do.
does
And
nothing.
time makes fools of us all.
He does nothing all day.
He's full of them.
He's sitting too close to you, man.
He's the time master.
But as far as that villain goes, not convincing at all. And it's a terrible special
Let me ask
effect.
you, how else would you like this movie to end? Because you don't like it when they do the big blowout, but then you don't like it when they do the subtle time loop.
I like what they did here.
Okay.
I just think
Yeah, that was
I think
alright.
they could have done something more convincing. I like the idea of like maybe he was not going to age, but giving a feeling like, God damn, this is a long ass time. Like maybe
They did that because he kept coming back.
He kept coming back, but we don't know. Like I said, I would have liked a feeling of of being there for years or something.
Well, what
Yeah.
if?
I thought they pushed it enough because they had those loops happening to where even as an audience member, you like, how many of these?
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about. No, I'm not talking
Like
about.
if they had explained and said that when he got out, maybe that's how he got the gray in his hair.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that.
No, yeah, and I think I know nobody's gonna like that idea. No, I think it would have explained it.
It'd be better if they wrote if they shot my script.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, no, look, everybody has an interpretation. I'm not knocking anybody that likes it. I didn't find it convincing. Didn't like that villain. That's the main thing right there.
What do you guys think of Benedict Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch, I thought was cool. You know what? Like I said, I liked. At first, it was a complaint of mine during the beginning of the movie. Him and I liked that they didn't make him a complete asshole. That's what people keep saying, that he's a complete asshole.
No.
At the beginning of the movie, he's not, and that's where I also have to disagree with you saying that he's like Tony Stark, because Tony Stark was an asshole.
Yeah. Mhm.
Tony Stark was full of himself, and there are only moments where Doctor Strange, he's more smug in his accomplishments, but he also really cares about people. And even when he's like that, he's not fucking around with different women or anything. He really does. It looks like he really does care about this one particular person.
Well, I guess I'll just have to stick with Nick.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys aren't
What?
sleeping together. Sorry.
Now that shit's getting to him, but no, but he's cool enough not to like to make a scene.
Any dude would say stuff like that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take a rich asshole to be that.
But what
way.
I'm saying is, he's very confident. He's not letting it get to him. But for Tony Stark, it'd been like, well, I don't care who you fucking, I got you. Who cares? But he's really into her, and I think that he's a more human character when he's in his origin story than a lot of these other characters that we've seen. One of the things in the movie that I like about that, they don't overplay it because, one, they know that this is not a big love story. And I like that they didn't play that up. But I think there's this feeling of sacrifice at the end with a lot of things. Like you said, with the villain, he was willing to sacrifice himself for the world, even through torture and pain. He also had to say, you know what, as much as I care about this person, with me and my new job, you know, I'm probably not going to be able to be with her ever. Probably hardly any women out there.
I think the biggest thing with him, the way they kind of humanized him, and I really dug it, was one was when he was just goofing around with the people he was in surgery with. He's like, they like, name this song, name the year, and when it came out, da da da.
Yeah.
That was cool. And then the part where he was explaining why he was being a dick about stuff. They're like, why don't you go help this person? He's like, I'm not going to get any recognition for it. That's how I make my money. So why would I do that? I was like, all right, like you're being an asshole about it, but you're explaining why you're doing it. Tony Stark is just like, I'm smarter than you. You're a fucking idiot.
I'm richer than your broke ass. Yeah.
That guy's playing Gallagher. Like, all right, Tony, you being a dick.
I fucked your girlfriend and your mama. You know, it's you know, that's what I'm saying. They knew they were smart enough not to make Tony Stark 2.0 with this.
Right.
Hey, what about the Cloak of Infinity? Some people, I've heard some complaints where people are saying, so when you seen the movie, everybody thought that he just had a big pimp cloak and it was a cool part of an accessory for the outfit. You know, it's actually some Harry Potter type shit with it. Where it's
very Harry Potter.
It's a character on its own.
Yeah.
I was thinking the rug.
Oh, the rug from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know, they have moments of almost, again, I said this in our review, moments of slapstick and funny business in the middle of the fights, which made it a fun film overall. But that cloak was, you know, coming in and doing, you know, it was
Like, dumbass, this way.
Yeah, he's doing that cloak was doing some Three Stooges shit. You know, like when he was fighting the villain, the cloak would actually poke people in the eyes, you know, slap him around and get off on me, I'm out, you know, and it was I thought, okay, you know what? I thought it was fun. Something I didn't expect, but some people are saying, you know what, a little too cute.
Well,
it was really Disney.
It was jarring in like a fight that seemed pretty serious.
When you guys saw it in the theater, was the audience erupting? I mean, did they think it was humorous?
Yeah.
People laughed, man. People thought it was funny.
'Cause
People,
my entire theater was dead all night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
people were in there.
our theater was lively, and,
Yeah.
and they loved that thing with the cloak. I was lukewarm on it, but I'm like, I get why it's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter has already proven that this kind of thing works.
sometimes it was used clever because they had that scene where Doctor Strange, he did pull out that cloak and look in the mirror and like, yeah, I'm a bad mother. And that cloak would slap him. Like, stop, man, quick. It's like,
But
the cloak would tell him, you ain't shit.
Even that reminded me a little bit of, you know, Iron Man. Because Tony had that little robot that he always fucking talked about. And he was like, you know, if you do this again, I'm going to sell you to scrap
one
or something
scene.
like
Oh,
that.
the arm thing?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, they have to interject it a little bit. You want to make sure they don't do it so much where it's just like
every
saturated.
Marvel superhero that's not a team like Guardians of the Galaxy has that one little sidekick. Even Thor's Mjolnir, Captain America's shield is his thing, and with Doctor Strange, it's his cape.
No, I don't think it's the
They're
same.
not
'cause
characters,
They're not real
Yeah, but
characters.
I don't remember the shield.
Well, not talking. What's up, Cap?
Maybe I stretch with the shield, but like Mjolnir is even a thing. He's like, oh, you can't do it, but look at him, you can't lift this. Like it's something.
It's
that,
not alive, though.
It's not a
but
mind of its own.
But it's something that it's one. Obviously, it's Disney, so they're trying to push it. So this cape is going to be selling.
No, they're gonna. That's what I'm saying. They want to. It's a very obvious attempt at marketing to get boys by this cape.
Yeah.
you know.
They
and,
just can't Jar Jar it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't.
They ain't go that.
I would
far.
never say that cape. I would not disrespect that cape saying he's Jar Jar.
We still have another
No, hell
movie
no.
coming out. Let's
That,
see.
that cape ain't no fucking racist stereotype either. I got you there, doctor. I got your back. You know,
Well, this is a pimp cape.
It
is.
Yeah, you know, but hey, it's cool though.
It is
You
cool.
know, yeah. And by the way, it might be a pimp cape, but it never said, "Hey, baby," anything like that.
But if it did, that would be that much better.
I would actually like that right there. But no, you
Strange?
But strange, baby. But later on in the other movies, that's what makes me scared. Is the Cloak of Infinity? Is it going to be something where it's going to, because the audiences like it? Is it going to be the Groot of Doctor Strange? Is it going to be something where they're going to play him up? They're going to try to give him the cloak itself more of a personality because, hey, you know what? Audiences responded to it well.
Well, that begs the question, will there be a Doctor Strange 2 before there's Doctor Strange appearing in other movies?
Probably
Will there be
not.
a Doctor?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I don't
Will there be a
think
what?
A Doctor Strange 2 before he starts to appear in other movies, like the Infinity War.
You don't think
Yeah.
he's going to show up in like Ragnarok and stuff like that?
No, I think he will.
Yeah.
But
And-
is there going to be a second movie?
Well,
Even at all?
I mean,
Oh. They'll make a second movie, I'm sure.
So far, it looks like a second movie
Yeah.
is guaranteed.
Oh, even at the end of the movie, they said, "Strange will be
return."
back." Yeah.
But okay, so Strange shows up in Ragnarok. Will he have enough screen time for them to say, hey, let's let the cape do something? I mean, it might just be there just to do its job.
And at the same
levitate
time, I could see the cape fitting in all kind of worlds. I could see them playing it up where it needs to be. Doctor Strange, wasn't too silly. They kept it at a minimum, so it was fun. But if it had been just a little bit more, it could have been annoying. But they pulled back. Now, what about something like Civil War, where it's a little more serious? I can see the cape not doing like funny bits of business, but like getting people out of a scuffle like the last minute, like a dog being sick on somebody. Or in something like Ragnarok, where that's supposed to be a comedy buddy film, then they could play the cape up in that, and it'll fit right in. So there's a lot of flexible things that they can do.
Played by Joe
with
Pesci.
Hey!
So like,
Who's the big green guy? Hey! You green fuck!
I'm sure there's a lot of other things that we could bring up in the movie, and there's and for a lot of things that I did see wrong overall, the tone of the movie was enough to where I could forgive a few things because, I mean, come on, it's a movie about a guy who was a surgeon and became a sorcerer, in a matter of months, by the way. So I'm not going to sit up here and nitpick on what is essentially to be supposed to be a fun film, because that's what it delivered on. It delivered on being fun.
Well, also, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, because I do wish it was longer than 2 hours, because it could have been, longer than it was, so it could be more development. At the same time, with these movies, I'm so often like, why'd you make this 2.5, almost 3 hours? I mean, you're punishing the audience, and if you make it 2 hours or less, you can show it more times in a day.
Oh, yeah. Martin, do you think that with magic being in here now, do you see that this is a cool thing and it makes this world richer, or do you think that with it taking this kind of tone, it's going to make it hard for other Marvel properties to fit into this? I mean, let's just say one day, because some people are really saying, I want the Defenders, Luke Cage and Daredevil, I want to see them one day at least appear in some form in these movies. Do you think now that magic has been introduced, that tone will fit?
Sure.
Okay.
They do it with the comics all the time. They've already had magic. Magic.
But that's the comics, for the movies.
No, but they've already had, some form of magic between the Thor movies, with Thor and even Scarlet Witch in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say something like they can't even explain why she does what she does. Right?
Yeah, and then, isn't it because of the stone?
Yeah, you're right.
But to back your point up, is we've already seen it done with like even TV shows. So like there'll be like prime example. I think Batman, who's just basically the most grounded superhero without having any kind of powers. He was like, I need to go get help from Zatanna. So Zatanna's there, and he goes and a magician, a sorcerer or whatever in the DC world. And so I feel like if they do it that way, where it's, hey, Captain America, something's crazy happening right here with this magic person. Hey, go talk to Doctor Strange. He can help you out. Boom, he grabs them, and then they do that thing.
But you know what? Overall, I still like the movie. I like the movie a lot, and I like that the world is growing even more. What did you give it?
Full price.
Full price. Yeah, and I did too. I mean, it had some problems, but full price. You gave it full price too.
Yeah. I'm probably going to try to see it again over the
racist
thanks.
Bullshit.
Gave it a matinee.
This is great.
Because he couldn't tell the black people.
Let me ask you this: since Marvel's had, I think, 14 movies so far, 14, 13, or something like that.
Yeah.
Is this in the top half, like the top 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's one of their better origin stories. I think it's one of their better rounded characters as far as somebody I really like.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's up there for me, man. I really like. I can't wait till this character come back.
They don't really screw up first origin movies too much, right? I can't think of another movie where it's the first time you see a character and it's not good.
Yeah.
Usually it's the sequel, so it's like,
I dig it.
And they're starting to combine these characters in the right way. With him, it's natural for him to meet up with Thor. Because he's like, hey, yeah, you think you hiding from people and shit. I know what. Got your number. I got a list on. I'll call cases on all you bitches out there.
I just hope that going forward, he's not still wearing those orange gloves. I think that look is terrible.
It's only at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping
with the dishwashing gloves.
Yeah, with the movies to come, he's not wearing them.
Was he wearing orange gloves?
Right at the end when he talks to Thor.
When he talks to Thor.
Yeah.
Aren't those like a part of his costume? Though,
Yeah.
in the comic.
Yeah, they are. But just the way they looked on him, I was like, yeah, you could lose that.
I gotta go wash dishes.
Exactly, man.
These hands.
Can't get those dishwashing hands when they gotta do magic, man.
I don't want to prune them up.
They can't get more fucked up than his hands
already
are.
pruned.
Keep Vaseline inside of them.
Got them Frankenstein hands. I like the way in the movie that he just kept having a claw too. Hands are messed up. I like that they didn't all of a sudden make him all, be a hand model and everything.
Like, who butchered me?
Yeah.
You would have done a great job on your own hand.
The irony.
No. Ha ha. Fuck. GameFly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. GameFly's giving me an excuse to do that. And you could even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month. Just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. You know, if you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.